Welcome back to Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. I want to kind of set some perspective here. You know what it's like when you're driving down, say, Lexington Road or River Road or something like that, and you hit a pothole, like an aggressive pothole, and it can almost change the direction of your vehicle, right?
Okay. Yep.
That could be catastrophic if that were to happen on a runway.
Good point.
Right?
Yes.
And so, I say that just to set up the fact that maintaining the runways here is a 24-hour-a-day job, 7 days a week, because if those runways aren't where they need to be, that can have worldwide implications.
All right, and so we know that there's so many people that are like behind the scenes, making sure the way that they're trained and everything. And I mean, you got to like go behind the scenes with everybody and see like firsthand what everything is like.
We got out on the, I believe it was the West Runway, which is the longest runway that they have, more than 2 miles long, to see how they go about maintaining them every day. Because like I said, these planes, when they come down heavy.
Right.
And the pavement has to be exactly perfect for them to do their jobs. Take a look. So I've done a lot of interviews in a lot of places, but I've never stood in the middle of a runway at an airport of this size. Brian Sinwell, the Senior Vice President and COO here, you guys are getting a lot of work done out here. Kind of talk me through the importance of some of this maintenance work that you have going on.
Sure, Eric, and thanks for coming in this morning. Today is a typical Monday shutdown on our West Runway, and what that means is anything that we can do to maintenance this side of the airfield we do today. It's a planned closure, so we have contractors, we have our field crews are out fixing pavements. We got crews doing some marking out here, and we also have crews doing some grass cutting alongside the runway.
So you mentioned Monday at this particular airport is a day where you can kind of shut this runway down and use others for the air traffic and UPS that's going on. And so talk to me about the importance of some of that maintenance, because a lot of people don't realize we're standing on what, 17 inches of concrete. These planes, when they land, they come down hard and heavy.
It's super important. This is our lifeline here. This is almost 2.2 miles of runway.
It's your longest runway?
It's our longest runway. So you can see every block here is 25 by 25 feet, and every block of concrete is 17 inches thick, and then it's on the bed of stone and other subbase. So it's real important that we, first of all, we inspect the runway daily and look for cracks or spalls and things. Our operations team does that. And then after that, we get the work orders in at the maintenance shop, and that tells us what needs to be fixed that day. It could be small things, could be large things. We need to keep up with it because any closure, we can't afford.
Well, and not just a closure. I mean, obviously, if you close a runway here, that can have worldwide implications. But if there's a problem with the runway and a plane does come down, that could be catastrophic.
That's right. Yeah, we have to be sure that everything is crystal clean out here, pristine. It is concrete, takes a lot of maintenance work, so we need to keep up with it every day.
What type of effort goes into that? Obviously, we're in one particular area of the airport on one particular runway, seeing one particular crew, but I mean, it's got to be this massive effort to keep this up and running every day.
It certainly is. So there are planned projects every year. We probably spend around $5 million worth of $5 million every year on pavement rehab. So what that means is, if there's a slab of concrete, this 25 by 25 foot block that doesn't look good or has some major cracking in it, we have to remove that. So we take and saw cut this one slab out, take it out, and replace it with new concrete. And that goes on almost all summer long until what we call peak season in mid-November. So that's what we do to keep up with it. Block by block, we take care of the runway.
Well, and you mentioned summer, but obviously one of the benefits and detriments of this area of the country is we get the extreme heat, we get the extreme cold. So this runway on your concrete continually flexing and contracting. So I imagine too, that adds to the amount of work you have to do year round.
That's right. That does, the freeze thaw, the temperature cycle is very hard on pavements, either asphalt or concrete. So that type of work contracts and expands constantly, and that does degrade over time.
How much more difficult does that get during awful weather moments?
Well, keeping up with things is difficult. Obviously today is a great day for fixing concrete. In cold weather and rain, we have to find ways to make it work, and we have products that can cure in the cold and can work in the wet, even if it's temporary, but we have to fix what is broken.
So it's always cool to do an interview about something like this because it always goes right from the outside looking in. You know, we don't think about the work that it takes to keep your runways open and running. So thank you on behalf of all of us who travel in and out for that. But before we leave, what what is it that you want to say about the team here that gets all this done every day?
Yeah, that's a great question because it takes an army of folks to get things done every day. I mean, the simplest things we have to keep up with. We talked about pavement here. There's edge lighting, as you can see. There's signs. Electricians have to be out here every day. So it's a whole team effort. Our operations staff, they inspect the runway. They tell me what lights aren't working, how bad the pavement is, and then our facilities folks come out and they fix it. And in the meantime, our contractors are doing the same thing. So it's a team effort. Not just locally, but contractors alike.
Well, Brian, thanks for having us out. Thanks for all the work that you do. Got to say, this is going to be one of the coolest interviews I've ever done.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thanks for coming.
After everything that you've seen today, I'm sure it may you may think to yourself, you just want to work at the airport, right? Right, Eric? Yes, you want to work at the airport. Just kidding. But up next, we've got more on all of the different options you have to be a part of if you want to be part of the team here at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport. Coming up.
You did a great job.
Thank you.